Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to go over 5 new middle grade book recommendations that can be used if you're participating in middle grade March. So let's get started. Okay, so the first one is called Dream Annie Dream by Waka T. Brown. And this one came out in February. It's about a girl who is in 6th grade, and I think it takes place in 1984, somewhere around there. And it's about a girl, her name's Annie, and she's a big dreamer. She's always dreaming about things that she wants to do as she gets older. And then she gets into 7th grade, and it doesn't seem as easy to believe in those dreams. She has her first crush. She has like basketball tryouts, I think, and then she ends up getting a lead part in a play that she really wanted. It's called The King and I, and she gets the part and she's really excited, but then she starts hearing other kids whispering saying she only got the part because the main character's role is Asian and she's Asian, so they're saying that that's the only reason she got it. So people start to say, well, she's not talented, she just got it because she's Asian. And that hurt her to hear, and she's frustrated, but she takes that energy and puts it all into her role, and she just wants to show them that she got the part because she deserved it, not because she's Asian. So this is a historical fiction, it says, and yeah, it sounds really good. And this will also fit one of the prompts for middle grade March, which takes place in Asia or has an Asian as a main character. So this one will work for that. Okay, and then there's Anybody Here Seen Frenchie by Leslie Connor. And this one also came out in February, and it's about 2 friends. One, her name's Aurora. She's very outgoing and she's just all over the place, says whatever's on her mind, and she has trouble finding friends because of that. But then she meets Frenchie, who he is autistic and he never talks, and he's chosen her to be his friend. I think it happens in 3rd grade. They're best friends. They go to the woods all the time. They look for different animals or anything that they'll find in the woods, and they're just really close. And then one day, Aurora goes to school, and Frenchie is always sitting next to her, and he's not there. So then she starts to worry, because what if he saw something in the woods that he went after, because they saw some type of special deer that they've been wanting to find, and they did actually find it. So she's wondering if he went back into the woods for that reason. So she's asking around, trying to figure out where he is. That's all I know about the story so far, but it sounds really interesting, and I'd love to see how this book ends up being, with the 2 characters being so different, but yet they're best friends. So, okay, and then the next one is Maisie Chen's Last Chance by Lisa Yee. And this one is also following an Asian American as a main character. And it came out in February as well, I believe. So it's her, Maisie, and her mom. They end up going to a place called Last Chance, Minnesota, because her grandfather is sick. So they're planning on staying there a little bit until he gets well. But then they end up staying longer than anticipated. And they own a restaurant out there. And she finds out some things that she didn't know. So basically, she first is wondering why her grandfather and her mother are always fighting. She starts to see like pictures of people hung up in the restaurant, and she doesn't know who they are. But then she finds out that someone took something that's very valuable to them. But the only thing that was left was a racist letter to them. And so I guess in the town that they're in, they're one of the only, if not the only, Asian American families there. So then with that, she's frustrated. She decides she's going to find out about her history, which she doesn't know anything about, and find out what happened to whatever that got stolen. I'm not sure. It doesn't say what it is. So yeah, this sounds like something I've never read before, and I'm interested to read this one. Okay, and then this one caught my eye. It's called Operation Sisterhood by by her. It's really a long name to pronounce, so I'm not even gonna try. I'm just gonna show you. My apologies. I'm not good with names, and that one is definitely a tricky one. So, anyway, it's about a girl who lives with her mom, and I think her name's Bo. Yeah. And they were really close, and they've always been close. And then her mom has a boyfriend, and he has a daughter and 2 twin girls, and also chickens, I think a dog, a cat, a bearded dragon. And they're all living in a brownstone place in, where is it in? They're living in Harlem now from the Bronx, which is where her and her mom lived. And now it's just a zoo, is how she describes it. And she's like, she doesn't feel like she fits in. She doesn't feel like there's room for her with everything going on. And she's kind of like her mom has been taken away from her. But then she finds music, and all of them end up actually playing music together, and she just finds joy in that. And it makes her realize that, they can all there's room for all of them. And yeah, it just sounds like a really nice story. And I think it's good for middle graders because, there are a lot of blended families nowadays where, if someone's remarried, there's other kids involved. And I think it's just a nice topic to be explored for someone who's in that age group. Okay, and then the last one is called Just Right, Jillian. And this is about a 5th grade girl who, her whole class, they have like a bunch of eggs with baby chicks that are going to hatch any day. So there's like a little chick on the cover. And everyone's so excited to see the little chicks hatch and everything. But Jillian is like, she kind of refers it to herself because, chicks crack out of their shell, not necessarily easily, but once they do, they're out. But she is a very reserved, shy 5th grader, and she just says it's hard for her to break out of her own shell, even in 5th grade. And so I guess she has a grandmother, I think, who's always telling her positive things, and trying to push her into being more open. But she ends up passing away, and Jillian decides that she wants to break out of her shell. So she decides there's some type of competition called the Mind Bender at her school. And she said usually it's only for like the people who do good in it are the people who are loud and outgoing, and she doesn't think that she'll be good enough for it. But I believe she tries anyway. So this book just goes into that and her experience with that. So yeah, that sounds really good too. And I'm sorry, this one is by Nicole D. Collier. Hopefully, maybe there's something you want to read in here, or maybe they sound good and they're not really talked about right now. At least I haven't heard because they are brand new. And yeah, I think sometimes it's just nice to find books that, especially middle grade, that are new and no one really talks about yet because you don't know what to expect. You don't really have an opinion on it yet because you don't know. But I feel like sometimes with some books, if I have like a strong, okay, this is going to be great, and then sometimes I'll get let down because my hopes were too high. But this way I have just an open mind going into it, and hopefully I'll enjoy these. and I will be reviewing them in my March wrap-up, which I might split up if I get to as many books as I think I will. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please let me know, or if you want to leave me a comment, let me know what you're reading for middle grade March. I'd love to know. Or just anything you're reading for March in general. I'm open to everything, so just let me know. Thank you. Bye.